Hi, thank you for joining today's Paralegal Power Break. Today's session is going to discuss legal computing. And since that is such a huge topic, we're going to just focus in on litigation support software. Because this is important for a paralegal's job, especially, if you work in that particular, if you work in litigation like civil litigation, personal injury, or any of those particular practice areas where you will be using litigation support software, then this will be extremely useful to get an understanding. Or if you're new to the paralegal career and you're trying to decide, which area you want to go into, it's always good to understand the technology that will be a part of your job. So in this particular session, again, it's short. That's what the paralegal power breaks are meant to just be, really short sessions to provide some useful information for your career. So litigation support software is a program that assists attorneys and paralegals with organizing, storing, retrieving, and summarizing the information that's gathered during the course of a case. So it allows you to do various different things. It's pretty much, you can think of it as, if you're familiar with databases, you can think of it as a very robust database, in that there's different aspects of a litigation support software. You can do different things. You can create documents like pleadings, motions and briefs, discovery documents. You can also handle communication in some litigation software, where you can actually, make phone calls through like the voice over internet protocol that's included in some case management software. So you can do that. You can keep track of documents, reports like expert witness reports. It's really useful for keeping track of documents, not just keeping track if you're using an electronic storage system to keep track of documents, but even if you are housing documents in a physical file room, it's important to know, use the litigation support software for like a check-in and check-out type of system. So whenever someone has a file, obtains a file, or even evidence that is being used in the case, using the litigation support software as a tracking tool. So if someone's looking for a particular file or something, they can go into the litigation support software and see who had it last and if it was checked back in, and if it wasn't, that's a way to be able to track down files and information instead of just going all over the office looking for particular information. So we are going to again go over some different types of litigation support software. And then we're just going to briefly talk about some benefits of using computerized litigation support instead of the manual methods. Now there's document abstracts. Using a litigation support program or a database management program, you can again look at a litigation support program as a robust database. It allows you to abstract documents. Really what it's allowing you to do is to organize and track documents in a computer system. It also allows for, there's a computerized litigation support that deals with full text retrieval. And this allows you to do like searches and queries for data that you can pull from. So it's a little bit different from document abstracts, as it allows you to do searches and queries, and you can use this for electronic discovery. There's real-time transcription, which is a type of full text retrieval. And then you have the electronic discovery, which is a totally separate, that's a totally separate beast unto itself. So we're not going to go really into detail with that, but just know that those are types of computerized litigation support. Then you have imaging systems, where you image evidence, documents for a particular case. So what I mentioned before, where some firms use electronic filing systems, that's pretty much what imaging is. You're making a copy, a electronic copy of a particular document, and that can be housed within or filed or stored within a litigation support software. Then you have case management software. Case management software can be used to manage like the scheduling and docketing of a case, but it also allows you to go even further than that. Some case management systems, like I mentioned before, allow you to do various things within it. But a key part of a case management system or software is to be able to docket and calendar various matters, hearing dates that are coming up, even appointments that might be with clients, keeping that all in one system, because the purpose of using technology or legal computing is to be able to make the legal process more efficient. And computers are going to make any process more efficient because it allows for completing tasks quicker than it would take for a human to do that. An example would be, just think about if you're calculating damages in a case and you're working on a class action lawsuit, and you're working on, let's say, how much damages individuals incurred as far as like medical expenses in a case, and let's say you're dealing with 50 different individuals. Let's say you're using not a computer but a calculator, because before these things were done by hand, but then the calculator was invented, so you can do calculations on a calculator. Think how time consuming and error prone that process would be to calculate medical damages for 50 different individuals. So computers allow you to use things like spreadsheets and different programs that allow you to do that with the use of technology, which makes it more efficient, but it also cuts down on errors. Also, in addition to case management software, you also have analytic software. This is used to create case outlines, chronologies, timelines, allows you to analyze issues and witnesses. There's programs, I know LexisNexis has one where they have, I believe it's called Time Map, but it's part of their like case map program, where it allows you to do that. It allows you to keep track of the particular individuals in a case, but then even break it down into issues, specific issues, and then you can even tie your legal research to those particular issues and connect, if you're using LexisNexis, their particular research program, it allows those particular systems, their case management system, the timeline as far as outlining the chronology of events, and also your legal research all in one system. So it kind of takes out certain steps, so you don't have to go here and here and here. Everything is connected. And then you also have trial presentation software, which this can be used to create exhibits, different models, and various evidence presentation for a trial. And so that's just an example of some types of computerized litigation support. Again, just one aspect of legal computing, because it's huge. When you're talking about legal computing, we can go deeper into e-discovery. We can talk about spreadsheets. You can go more in depth about just a case management program, and then break that down even further and just talk about one aspect of the case management program. So again, here we're just going over litigation support software, the types, and then now I just want to briefly go over the benefits, because some firms still they use technology for certain aspects, and you may be using technology for certain aspects of your job, but maybe not using technology to its fullest, to where you can cut down on some tasks that you routinely perform. So with computerized litigation support, and if you're making a comparison between manual, again, there's time and cost savings. I gave an example of just calculations. When you're calculating something up, think how long that would take to calculate damages for 50 individuals on a calculator versus using something like a spreadsheet or some other type of technology program. You also save costs because if you're in a firm, a lot of times you're going to be billing for your time. So time equals money. So the less time you spend on something, that's going to allow there to be cost savings. And then you can work on something else, that time that you save on that specific task. Now, some general benefits of computerized litigation support includes the ability to store data, the ability to retrieve data quickly. Just think about if you have a file room where you keep your files at, and if you need a file, let's say your file room could be on a different floor, it could be in a different room, and you might be right in the middle of something. You might get a call from a client, opposing counsel, somebody a party in a case, and you need something that's in a file. So either you're gonna have to put that individual on hold, or you're going to have to tell them you're going to call them back because you have to go to the file room or ask the file clerk to get a file for you. Whereas if you're using a computerized system where you're storing data, you can just quickly punch in a few buttons, use the search option, and locate what you're looking for quickly. So again, you're saving time, and you're saving yourself a lot of frustration if you aren't able to locate that physical file. So that's just a general benefit of using a computerized litigation support. It allows you to store data, retrieve and search for data quickly, efficiently. It has flexible organization. Like with file room, it's static. You pretty much, however you have it organized, by last name, alphabetically, by numbers, or whatever the case may be. And with the electronic system, you're able to be more flexible as how you want to organize those particular files and even use them. And then you have the ability to analyze and share the information. You can email files, send them through different methods electronically. So those are just some general benefits of computerized litigation support. You also have the option for electronic storage, immediate retrieval, which I discussed, searching and queries, organization and control, creating analytical reports, sharing information, accessing the information on your mobile devices like smartphones and tablets, and remote access if you're working from home. And then it allows for preservation of information and theories, being able to track how things were created and updates that were made. So that's just an example of a type like legal computing, case management, and some benefits of using different types of litigation support software. So I hope this particular session was useful. If you want to know more about litigation support software, you can Google specific software or just that particular topic, litigation support software. Let's say if you're looking for one for your law firm or if you're looking for specific type of litigation support software like trial presentation software. If you're assisting with the trial and you've been asked to assist with trial presentation, then you can do a Google search for trial presentation software. Again, that's the ability to present like the visuals in a trial. So that would be a search that you would do, trial presentation software. If you're looking for case management software, there's different types, different companies that offer it. And then also, if you want to learn more about electronic discovery, there's a lot of information about electronic discovery. Good place to go is ACEDS. It's www.aceds.org. Also, ediscovery.com, Crow on Track. Those